Hey folks, Chris once again, welcome back to my video. This is another request assigned from QJC, and he wanted me to react to another a video called Top 10 Scariest Movies of All Time. And this is by Amazing Top 10, which I love them. I love those people, so... And talking about the top 10 scary movies is very subjective. There are movies on here that I'm not going to find that scary at all, some that I'm going to agree with, but I'm not chit chat, let's just get into it.
Are you guys ready for this? This is going to be scary. I'm Landon, and welcome back to another most amazing top 10
I like this
video.
guy.
Let me ask you this, what is your biggest fear, or what is your
I miss this guy. I wish he'd come back to Amazing Top 10.
all-time scariest movie? Also, what top 10 do you want to see next? So this is the top 10 scariest movies of all time. Getting rated to number 10, we have The Ring. This is a Japanese horror film, and it came out in 2002, and it's about a journalist investigating a mystery videotape.
The Ring, that is a pretty creepy movie. I will agree with that. The Ring did scare me when I first saw it.
Which seems to cause the death of anyone within a week of viewing it. Usually the people who watch the videotape gets a creepy little girl's phone call that says 7 days. What makes the movie even more scarier is this character right here. This little girl is crawling right out of a TV. Imagine seeing this in real life, and it's kind of hard to tell if it's like a woman or just a really bad aged little girl. Or maybe the little girl's just having one heck of a bad day. On to number 9, we have The Blair Witch Project. This is one of the scariest movies from the 90s.
I really disagree, man, but I never liked the Blair Witch Project. I find that movie overrated as hell and unscary. Extremely unscary, man. I'm sorry. I just don't like this movie.
The movie is about 3 student filmmakers disappear into the woods while shooting a documentary. Well, a year later, their footage was found. There was a whole lot of screaming and darkness in the movie. The Rolling Stones said this movie is very scary. The students were researching about a local guy, Rustin Pear, who kidnapped 7 young children, and he brought them to his house where he tortured them and killed them. The budget for the movie is one of the lowest budgets ever at $22,500.
Wow, I didn't know
very
that.
Successful at the box office, bringing home $248 million. What is more scarier than the Blair Witch Project? Well, in at number 8, we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. What makes it even more scary is the movie was...
That's a classic, and that movie is scary as fuck. I love that movie.
It was inspired by a true story. And there was many remakes of the movie. The one that came out in 1974 was so violent and so scary that several countries banned this movie. The remake of the movie is in 2003 by Michael Bay. It's about...
In my opinion, I find the remake a little bit more better, because it has a better atmosphere to it, but this one and the original are definitely good movies, though.
5 young adults on their way to a concert where they randomly saw a hitchhiker and they stopped to pick her up. And the hitchhiker randomly pulls out a gun and shoots herself right in the head after saying something about a very bad man. After freaking out, these 5 young adults, they try to go to a police station to report this. But a series of terrifying events followed when they try to find help at this random house. Alright, now at number...
Why is there a picture of Jason after that?
We have Paranormal Activity.
Nope, I don't like that movie either. I find that movie, overrated, and all the Paranormal Activity movies suck balls, in my opinion. Even the first one.
Wait, what was that? This is another low-budgeted movie that made hundreds of millions of dollars at the box office. The movie was so scary and so popular that every year after they made a new one. It was also recently announced that they're coming out with a new one this year, 2015. The name of the movie is going to be called The Ghost Dimension. So the movie we're talking about here is the original one about...
And that was terrible in 2015. That's terrible to this day.
A young couple. They moved into a suburban home, and Katie felt like something wasn't right at nighttime, like something was going on. So Micah decides to film her sleep. The camera manages to capture multiple supernatural phenomena. There was lots of noise and flickering light. Katie was even dragged from her bed. What makes this whole thing even scarier is the fact that what if this actually happens in real life? Have you guys ever taken your camera and filmed yourself sleeping? I know I haven't because
I don't want to because look at all these fucking dolls in here. Do you think I want to film myself sleeping and seeing one of these motherfuckers moving? I don't.
I'm way too scared. Moving on to Psycho, and this comes in at number 6.
I love Psycho to death, but I don't find it scary at all.
This is the oldest movie on the list. The original one came out in 1960, and that was directed by Alfred Hitchcock. Since then, there have been many remakes, but the most popular one came out in 1999, and it was directed by Gus Van Sant. The movie is about a young female who is on her way to see her boyfriend while she checks in to Bates Motel, which turns out to be a place with many horrifying secrets. She gets murdered, and now her sister and her boyfriend are trying to look for her, and they want to find out what happened. Okay, so The Shining creeps in to nothing.
Guys, I gotta pause the video because there's a stupid fucking ass, so give me a second. Okay. We're back.
Let me tell you what it's about. A family heads to an isolated hotel for the winter, where an evil and spiritual presence influences.
Shining, I love The Shining. I have twin props. I have a replica of Jack's axe. So.
Is the father into violence, with his son being able to see horrifying things from the past and future. I mean, check out this picture right here.
Yeah.
This is just blood everywhere. But this is what the little boy sees throughout the movie. This is probably from like
Creepy.
a mass murder that like happened at the hotel many years ago. So most of the movie is about the little boy and his mother running away for safety from his father, who is trying to kill them. The father is played by Jack Nicholson. In at number 4, we have Amityville Horror. The 2005 version was played by Ryan Reynolds. Melissa.
I'm not gonna lie, I like that remake too. Like I said with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I actually like the remake better than the original of the Amityville Horror. And that scene right there was probably my favorite part, where the girl has a hole in her head. Creepy shit.
George, Jesse James, and that's just to name a few. And yet again, it's about a couple who moved into a really large house. So they move into this large house where a mass murder was committed, and they start to experience manifestations which drive them away. It was said to be that the son was charged with the slayings. This was based on a true story. One of the scenes of the movie is the couple's daughter was caught talking to an imaginary someone, and the mother asked, "Oh, who are you talking
real.
to?" And the little girl said, the girl in the closet, Jody. So Jody is this little girl who's imaginary in the closet, but then again, this is a horror movie.
She's not a girl, she's a creature.
Jody is not imaginary. It flashes to Jody, and it turned out to be a real person. Okay, so what?
She's not a person, she's a ghost.
Is a creepy doll, and I'm talking about the movie Annabelle. Holy crap! What?
I love Annabelle, but I would flip that and Amityville Horror around, but
This happened, and this comes in.
I really am no doll right there.
Okay. This has to be, sorry, is something gonna pop out again? This has to be one of the scariest movies of 2014. And it's about a doll, and it possesses evil. It's an evil doll. The movie occurs before The Conjuring as the prequel.
I find,
the husband thinks he has found the perfect gift for his pregnant wife. It is a vintage doll to add to her collection. However, devil worshippers invaded their home and attempted to kill the couple. The cultists try to summon a demon by smearing their blood on the nursery wall.
the original Annabelle I don't like. I like the sequel, the two sequels better. But I love all, but the first one was pretty graphic in some scenes.
Into the vintage doll named Annabelle. Sorry, I just saw something happen and I just booked it. So Annabelle was turned into a conduit for the darkest evil ever imagined. And at number 2, this is just getting scarier and scarier, but we're talking about The Conjuring. The movie occurs in 1970, where...
Well, Annabelle and The Conjuring are the same thing. To be honest, I like the Annabelle movies better than the Conjuring movies, but... oh well. It's not my list, so...
Paranormal investigators and demonologists are summoned to a house that is believed to be haunted. The family that lives there have 5 daughters. Throughout the movie, there are many supernatural presence that has made itself known. Most of the movie occurs in the dark. The demonologist was able to see dead things throughout the movie, including this person right here who is hanging right behind one of the main characters that he doesn't see. This movie was directed from the people from Saw and Insidious. You guys have finally made it here, and it is...
And Saw and Insidious are... to me are better movies than The Conjuring, though.
It's time to reveal
The Exorcist. The Exorcist.
The number 1 scariest movie of all time. You guys probably guessed it. The actor
Called it.
doesn't get
Called
scarier
it.
than this. It really doesn't. The movie trailer alone is very daunting. This is one of the most profitable horror movies of all time ever made. It's about a young girl, Regan, who starts acting off. She started levitating and speaking tongue. Her mom was so worried she went and got medical help. But nothing or no one was gonna help her. So this is when she seeked out to a priest because she thinks her little girl might be seized by the devil. The priest performs an exorcism. And these pictures you're looking at is what the little girl has turned into. After watching this movie, you probably won't be sleeping for days, weeks. Just take off the ear. Check out this picture. This girl is floating down the stairs. Or how about this one right here? Her head is on backwards. I mean, is this real life right now? What would you guys do if you saw that? Well, there you guys have it. That was the top 10 scariest movies of all time. Let me know what you guys thought was at number 1. Or is there any movies on the list that shouldn't have made?
Oh shit, Reed's coming.
This little girl's coming out of the TV screen. How is this even possible? God damn!
Yeah, I would take out the Blair Witch Project and Criminal Activity and put Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween in those slots. Because I don't like Blair Witch Project, I don't like Criminal Activity. I thought those two movies were nothing but nothing. Well, it's not my list, but I think the scariest movie to me is probably a movie over there. It's not The Exorcist, even though I fucking love that movie. It's not the scariest movie ever, but I'd say, I don't know, probably The Strangers. I say The Strangers because that situation, man. Nightmare feel. So I say The Strangers. But yeah, let me know what's the scariest movie you ever seen down below. What's your top 10 scariest movies? I'll probably do my top 10 here before too long. So yeah. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.